Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play. We are back to the earlier shrine, because we want to go fight that blue wraith that we skipped earlier, the Wandering Spirit of Jinshi, the former abbot of the Guanyin Chuanyuan. And we leveled up here, so we'll pick up something. And also want to just take out a few of these minions around the map so that we have a couple of those nodes stored up for the first heavy hit. Or I could just run at him and charge up beforehand. We'll just be slightly lower on stamina. And with this new level up, I can showcase some of the builds that I changed because I did reset the skill tree. As you might have noticed, the fact that we have 3 max node at the bottom. The set is the same. We're still using the helmet because I think the extra damage when they're low health should be more useful. And if we look over here, I put every point into, I guess this would be the chop or the smash form. Mainly, I wanted this. Anytime you hit them with a heavy, it does extra percentage health based on their remaining health. And I think for big elites with huge health pools, that should be pretty useful. And if we hit them with the first node heavy, we pick up a lot of stance points. Okay, I mean, we can grab this. My goal here is just pick up 20 points first, get the 4 node unlocked, and then we'll go back and take a look at the basic stats, even though I think like extra health would be very helpful here. The rest, not so much. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's go back to the... Maybe we can't jump down from here, but then let's go back. Alright, we'll use him to charge up the second node here. Alright, he's gonna be quite tough. I think we're level 13. And if you feel uncomfortable with him, definitely feel free to level up before you deal with him. That's the second connect, and that gets a little stun lock. And then we're going to start with another lock, so that we can connect the second again, and then make him fall again. Not done, not done. He got us. I'm gonna use our transformation. He can be burned too. Although I don't think he's particularly weak to fire or anything like that. Ooh, stay away. Massive AoE incoming. Alright, he's on fire. That's really all we wanted here. Alright, just to be safe. And you got the freeze. Ooh, that was quick. He should stumble, and we hopefully can kill him here. There we go. Not so bad. You just want to stun lock him with the 2 heavies, and he becomes much easier. And now we can collect this special whale that he has. He drops one of his prayer beads and another item, a material. Looks like a blood-colored iron piece. Alright, we got his spirit, and with his spirit, we should be able to learn a move. Alright, if we hit both the right plus the left trigger, we can use the transformation ability and use one of their special moves. This uses a different resource called Yuan Qi, which you can get back when you fight the enemy. We have to bring this back to... Wait, do we have to bring this back to the shrine to learn this, or have we learned this already? Right, if we hit both triggers, we become him, and we slam his head down. Big bronze head. Massive damage. Also adds to our defense. Interesting. And it seems like his prayer bead is going to be our first accessory item. Slightly increase our crit chance. 3%. Previously we were at 0. You can see on the right. By default we have 130% crit damage, but with 0, crit percentage, that was just not going to happen. Not bad, not bad. And let's see. This is the material he dropped. It's a rare material. It just feels like it feels like just a crafting gear. Like this is for making dun, and this is a rare one for making, I guess, special weapons, perhaps? Anyways, that's that. We'll see if we can use his big head in future fights. And I believe the key is after we use it, we get the defensive bonus, or do we get the defensive bonus just by equipping his? Because there's going to be a lot of elites that we can fight, and we can pick up a lot of their abilities, just like this. He should also... Oh, he's not included. There's no codex for him. He's a mystery. Well, the mystery is his Jinshi, the former abbot, but he's revived. The cracks of gold on his face is because the name Jinshi, Jin means gold, Chi means pool, like the swimming pool, so like a pool of gold. And that's why if we open up the secret map area in the future and fight the original version... Ah, there's a couplet here on the left and right. I think this is actually from the original novel to describe mountains. I'm not sure if it appeared in the same chapter. Alright, we did move across this last time, but we were kind of rushed previously because we were trying to reach a shrine. So I'm going to take a little slower pace, and also we saw the pond that we didn't go fight, so there should be another perhaps elite or boss over there, and we're definitely going to go pick that up as well. I feel like I should test out if we can use the move against like a weaker minion before we try to use it against a elite, and then figure it didn't trigger, and then awkward. Maybe we should heal as well. We didn't use the gourd at all in the fight, or maybe we took the first drink just in case. I have to... Oh, I can level it up using will. That's what they mean. Okay. Reduce the amount of resources required to use it. Oh, the resource he dropped, 铁中血, is to use to level this up. 3,000 will plus that. I mean, sure, why not? I don't see another use for this. Now we need 2 more of those. We gotta figure out where to collect those now. 6,000. So the upgrade effect is we do more damage, and we can knock back the enemy. Up to 5 upgrades, right? We start at tier 1, and it goes to tier 6. Now I see why we might want to sell our gold pieces. That's not a lot, but we're now kind of poor. And why we might want to farm. Oh, these spirits. You can now use our gourd to collect them, and you get a lot more. 360. There's an achievement for the first time you do it. On the way back, already, you know, done it once and got the achievement for it. We used to get around like 18 because a lot of the spirits will run away, or a lot of the will run away and they go to waste. Now our gourd is leveled up, we can pick up a lot more. Now environmental spawns like plants, herbs, and those wills and these, you know, jars, I think they come back periodically. It's based on time. Did I miss this the first time? It seems like I did. Ah, 5 pieces of gold fragment. Nothing too fancy. And if you know, if you're missing will and you want to get some will, maybe just have the game open and wait for it with the gourd. 360 is not bad. It's worth like 4 pieces of gold. And then these things respawn too in very, very small amounts. Only the minions respawn, the mobs, and even some minions don't respawn. The crazy bandit, he doesn't come back. The one who killed his mother. Yeah, nothing there. I don't think we need to use the shrine again, unless there's something new here, which I doubt. We got something new last time because we picked up the spirit. At least now it's confirmed we can use it. I don't need to test it on the mob here. Alright, I think level 2 should kill him in 1 hit. Oh, 2 guys. Why are you so scared? If he walked up, I could have probably killed both in 1 slam. Oh wait, when we used the last shrine, we actually didn't heal. We didn't use it to pray. Let me fix that. And that means those 3 guys will be back, and that's fine. More experience and resources for us. Yeah, we upgraded the ability but forgot to heal up. Oh, the icon on the bottom. It refreshes. Okay, so that's the resource. It's the resource bar next to the big ability, and we get that back based on fighting the enemy. Level 1 kills too. Oh, I messed that up. I thought I was charging. I wasn't. Why does this path feel unfamiliar? I guess because we were in... Oh, I remember this. The coffin-looking chest. And I guess the room over here is where we met the horse. Is he still here? He said he was gonna leave. Oh, he left. He left. Can we do something where he was? He's still a mystery. Maybe we'll figure it out later on. Now we're probably looking for the the character that we saw in the Codex story of the frog monster. And we had the pond below where we met the gourd character. So I'm guessing that's where he is. Right there. Or at least that's my guess. Because we see all these little frogs around. They are poisonous. But that one right there feels like might be a special elite or something. Nope. It looks like just another frog. It's just guarding a will right here. 360 again. Yep. Alright, we're still searching for where Wally Galong is. Maybe here? Another will, but no one's here? This is just... Okay, super free. We'll take that. Yeah, I don't think we missed anything. Alright, divergent path, but here is just the chest which we opened. Nice little wooden pavilion. Okay, dead end. Alright, new shrine, which we did use. We hear some snoring sound? Oh, we can jump down. Oh, what is this? It's a snake. Okay, new enemy. I can't see. Trees, trees. River. Oh, that's the parry. We used our heavy right when he attacked. Accidentally, but still got the parry off. A snake scout master. S is the last character there. Usually means he's like official. Okay, there's another kingdom somewhere far away, and there's a small town in the kingdom, and the town is next to a mountain. It has a lot of forest as well, and the grass is lush, lots of snake, lots of bugs, and because of that, lots of snakes in the city all the time. A disaster, basically, for the people living there. And within the city, there are those who make a living capturing snakes, and they're quite skilled at it, and they help the folks in the city kill these extra snakes that it plagues the city. And he made a lot of money from this, but he's been very humble, doesn't show off, and normally just drinks kanji or passes out kanji with the money he made and helps pray for the people's safety in the town. Everyone respects him, and the local mayor even gave him a estate, a house, and let him move his entire family into the inner city to live. Then one day, a crazy monk that's dressed very poorly came to his house asking for food, because monks typically would visit homes and ask for leftovers. That's how they, it's called 化缘, meet those who are destined to meet and basically live off of people's goodwill. And the wife of this snake catcher gifted him clothes and food. but the monk wanted more. He wanted alcohol, and people were cursing him for, being greedy about it. But at this time, the snake catcher came home. He stopped everyone who was cursing at the crazy monk and asked the wife to gift him a gourd full of alcohol. Now, whether or not monk or Buddhism monk in China can drink is not so definite. I think a lot of modern perception of Buddhist monks, at least in China, is that they don't eat meat and they don't drink alcohol. That's not entirely true. Typically for monks, there are 5 types of food that they don't eat and 3 types of meat. It's called 五斋三戒. Together, it's 8 different things, and these are the 8 bands, which is why the pig monster, 八戒, his name is literally the 8 bands to control his appetite for food. And the 五斋typically are things like garlic and chive. So seasoning vegetables where after you eat, you smell. With your breath would stink. Like if you eat garlic or if you eat onions, well, technically onions is not a food that's available in China, but like chive and different types of garlic, you're going to smell. Those are the 5 food that you're not allowed to eat. And I think the 3 meats are goose meat, dog meat, and turtle meat. These are typically things people would eat, especially dog meat was quite common. People back in the days didn't really have as much animal conscious as today, in a sense. And you're hoping to survive, so if there is readily available food, like we domesticate chicken, right? We make eating chicken so commonplace. But if we all kept chickens as pets, we wouldn't want to eat them. Like, just think about it that way. They bred dogs for the purpose of eating them. So dog breeding and dog butchering is very common in China during this period. And the reason why for Buddhist monk they don't eat these 3 is because they believe these 3 creatures in particular demonstrates love and compassion in a sense. So goose are known to have one partner that they mate with and they stay with them. And that's rare amongst animals. So Buddhist monks believe that the goose demonstrates the concept of love, and dogs are loyal to their master. That's recognized even back then, and that's the reason why they don't want to eat dogs. And I believe turtles were said to be demonstrating, I want to say loyalty. Maybe it's also based on their longevity, but it should be these 3 animal meat that they don't eat. So technically, all the other meats are things that they would be allowed to eat. And for monks who typically, pass a bowl to a house that they visit, asking for scraps and leftover, whatever they're willing to give, doesn't have to be leftovers. They're not picky. As long as the food given doesn't include these 8 things, they will eat it. So if it happens the house has beef, which is super, super rare in China at this time, but let's say they have pork and they give you some pork, the monk's going to eat that. They're not going to bother. As for wine, which is what they're talking about here, there are wines that monks are able to drink. And even in Journey to the West, they talk about this. What they can drink are wines that are not steamed and filtered, or alcohol that's not steamed and filtered. So things like vodka that you distill, which is basically a steaming and filtration process, they will not drink that. They will also not drink alcohol that's heavy use of grain, because that is seen as a waste of food. So like beer, you would not drink that. But fruit-related fermented alcohol, essentially your mead, your wine, or things that are, less alcohol concentration than mead, but technically it would be considered sort of a mead. Mead is honey base. It doesn't have to be honey base. Let's just say wine. Fruit wines are typically the type of alcohol that monks can drink. And you can even see some chapters from Journey to the West where that particular type of wine is served to Wukong and Bajie, who does drink, but the Tang monk doesn't, because he just doesn't drink. That's his, choice. But regardless, this does not make it a bad monk in particular, but I think this is probably built off of like common perception today. Anyhow, the crazy monk is very touched and tells him that there is a snake monster that is plaguing your house. If you don't take care of it, your whole family might die. The snake catcher doesn't agree with him and pays no attention, just think he's a crazy monk, and tells him to leave now that he got everything. But the snake captor's wife pays close attention to what this crazy monk has said, and she then repeatedly asks the husband to search for this supposed snake monster that is plaguing their house. But the husband always ignores the plea. So in a couple days, the wife feels helpless, so she seeks out this crazy monk again and asks him to help her capture this monster at home. And the monk was very powerful, as he used raw meat and metal hooks, and he hooked out a giant snake from the house. If you stretch it out, it's taller than a person. And then from this length, it's been, practicing and cultivating, absorbing natural energies, trying to become a monster form for a long time. That's why it's grown so large. And the monk points at the snake, it's ready formed 4 feet, and it has poison in its mouth. If you touch it, the poison, I'm assuming, you're going to die. And he helped the lady kill the snake. Now, forming 4 feet, right? In Chinese mythology, snakes are formerly dragons who had their feet removed. So when you cultivate as a snake, and if you take form, as you can see the drawing on the right, you start growing limbs to return to your dragon state. Sometime when Chinese refer to the snake zodiac, they call it the little dragon for this reason. And strange to say, after the crazy monk has killed this snake monster, there was no more snake plague in the city. I like this story a lot. So essentially, the snake capture, the husband, knows this monster snake. He's keeping it in his house so that it can spawn small snakes in the city and attract snakes from nearby to plague the city so that he has a job, right? It's like if the pest control guy in your town is the one spreading the pests so he can make money. And then he in turn becomes very nice and hosts charity, passes out food to everyone. Everyone respects him. But secretly, he's the reason why there is a plague. Neat little story. We're in the snake territory now. I think we can jump over here. Oh, we're poisoned again. I don't like the poison. Although we do have medicine for it, and I feel really lost again. Oh, the little snare drum. It's used in Chinese opera quite a bit, and it usually is a build-up for something. Are we? Oh, 540. Yeah, this little slowing of the drum. Feels like we're probably fine. Okay, that's just a regular monster, I think. Ooh, skeleton snake! Our charge attack didn't do... Oh, we can't read right now! We got company! Alright, I'm gonna... I wanted to use the big head. They are a little bit tankier than before. Not the skeleton ones, though. Ooh. How many skeleton ones are there, or is he spawning it? I think we have a breather. I see another roaming snake creature up ahead. Alright, we got the skeleton version. There's a village, and there's a young man from a village whose parents died at a young age, and thus he's super poor, and a lot of the villagers bully him. One day, the hunter hunter founds a cave in the mountains, and it seems to be a creature cave. Does no idea of the depth, but there's weird sounds that will come from this cave all the time, and it scares people. Though I guess not warriors, but the brave townsfolk, even the brave townsfolk, dare not to enter. So what they do is they find this basically orphan, right? This young man. He's not a kid, but he's a young man. He's orphaned. He gets bullied, and they bully him to go into the cave to scout ahead. He can't see anything. He walks in, and he falls into a pit. It's a cliff, and he screams as he falls. Everyone outside waiting for news hears the scream and believes that there must be a really strong monster inside. So they left, abandoning the young man as they get really scared. The young man's fine. He falls down the cliff and he starts crying. And he suddenly hears the sound of breaking bones nearby. And doesn't stop, and it's approaching him. So he gets super scared and shuts his mouth because he doesn't want to make the crying sound and tell them where he is in the dark. And then as he shuts up, he hears this walking sound and it's still approaching him. So he gets super scared and asks, "Don't come. I don't have my mother or father anymore. My meat, as in his flesh, is sour and his life is hard. Eating me is not going to do you any good." After saying this, the footsteps stop. After a while, he's facing off against darkness, doesn't see anything. He's hungry, he's seeing things, and he's losing hope. And he says, "I know no one will come save me. Come and eat me. This way I can die a little bit faster." He doesn't want to die of starving to death. As he assesses this, the footstep sounds again and approaches him. He's sure he's going to die, and he loses all hope. But what he feels is the cloth touching his face. So he goes up to feel what's touching him, and he senses that it's the sleeve of a shirt. So he grabs onto it, and he stands up. And whatever he's holding onto is guiding him through the darkness. And after walking with this sleeve that he's holding on, it's definitely something, he doesn't know what it is, they find the exit to the cave. As he sees the light outside, he turns around and sees it's been a skeletal snake that's guiding him out. So he's a little panicky and a little bit afraid. And he sees, the monster sees this, and the monster stretches his neck out and swipes him with his neck, throwing him out of the cave. Afterwards, the young man's been saved by a traveling merchant band, and he leaves the village with them and goes on to live a very good life. They give you the allegory right at the end, straight up. So from disaster might come a good fortune, and good fortune might be the start of a disaster. So you never know what will happen. When things reach extreme, it will bring change. This is the core concept of Taoism, right? When you see the yin-yang symbol, the white and black swirls, the circles you see in the middle is what happens when you reach extreme, right? As it spins, if you think about it, let's say you look at the white side, the sliver of thin white is saying that, let's say that's young, or that's a good thing. The good thing grows and gets wider and wider. And when it reaches kind of the fattest part of the half circle, that's when you have extreme good fortune, and thus disaster is born, which is why you have that black dot in the middle. And opposite, if you have bad luck, the black part, and it reaches the maximum, that's your turning point too. Good fortune occurs. So that's one of the core tenets. There's a lot of different Chinese allegories for this, including the man who loses his horse. His family's super sad. He says it might be a good thing. The horse comes back with like a female horse, and it's like a very good horse, and they're super happy for him. He says it might be a bad thing. Turns out his sons go ride the horse, the new horse, and it's a wild horse. So it gets tossed down. The son breaks his leg. Now he's a cripple. And everyone's sad again. He says it might be a good thing. And turns out there was a draft of conscript troops very soon after. And because his son was a cripple, he didn't have to go to war and he didn't die. So you never know when some things that appears to be good might be bad, when something that's bad might be good. And this is sort of the story for that too. All right, and we move on. Although I'm pretty sure we missed things behind. And I'm still poisoned. I don't want to die. Yes, we can take medicine, I know that, but I, one, want to go back and retrace some of the steps, because I did jump down, and then I just got completely lost after jumping down. And two, if we can find the shrine again, that would help. Oh, that doesn't look like nothing. Okay, we found something. Now, can I find a shrine and come back and not get lost? Last time we found a courtyard, that was Guangzhi. So I'm guessing this might be Guangmo. The other student. Ooh, frog, out of nowhere. Ooh. I think I see Boli Galong right there. That must be the big frog monster. Alright, we'll fight him. Worst case scenario, we die. Yep, Boli Galong. Confirm. Alright, let's kill the little one first. Build up some stance. Not bad, not bad. We blocked the first one. Let's see if he burns. Although we are fighting water. Okay, he has a backward kick. He burns, he burns. There we go. That's a parry. And he's dead? And we learn a move from him. We got some new materials from him. We got his spirit. Any other drops in this area? Is he guarding anything? A new path. Alright, we'll take this will. And then we'll check out his codex. As well as what he dropped. Alright, so this is where we equipped the different, I guess, what do we call these? 精魄. I guess spirits? Let's see. 巧舌. He whips people with his tongue. From far away. Okay. His passive, when you hold this ability, is that it reduces how much stamina you use when you jump or do jumping attacks. And this passive is increase your defense. I think I heard somewhere this is up to like 20% defense. So I think we're sticking with this one. I'm guessing this is used to upgrade his spirit. Alright, another elite down. The last one must be Guangmo. He has a great name. Boli Galong. It doesn't mean anything in Chinese. It literally, it's just like a sound. And the sound is very cool. He's from the same kingdom as the snake. Also a town in that kingdom. Let's see. Every day in near dawn. Not near dawn. Sorry. Near what's it called? What's it called? When sun goes down, it's called dusk. Right. Near dusk, people gather near the city gate for night market, and this is when merchants come into town and barter good for good, purchase different things. And because price is so cheap, a lot of civilians or a lot of folks come here and join the night market. And slowly the town becomes quite famous for this market. A couple months ago, there was a strange merchant that came, and this merchant sells oil. He wears this azure-ish colored clothes. It's not exactly azure, it's not exactly white. So kind of dirty looking clothes. And he has like these big puffy eyes that looks like little bronze bells. And his voice is very booming. Okay, clearly frog monster, and his breath stinks so much, and he likes to talk. Okay, it's just very noisy, No one wants to be friends with him, but the oil he sells is super clear and super smooth, and it's also super cheap. He sells it for just a little bit of spice, and he'll give you a huge gourd of oil. So despite his, terrible breath, big loud noise, and constant desire to talk, people always surround his stall and buy the oil. Then today, or this day, a Taoist, a traveling Taoist, passes by, sees that the night market's super busy, so he follows the people there and stays up late to visit the market. And as he's checking out the market, he sees this oil salesman, and he sees this floating aurora that's green colored that's coming from his body. And the little monk knows instantly that he's a transformation from a monster. So he starts to recite a chant. And immediately, the oil salesman turns back to his original form, which is a big green colored frog. Everyone gets super scared and pick up whatever's nearby, their little biandan. Biandan is like the stick that you use to put like goods on, one on each end, and you're just like holding it. And they're basically using staffs to hit him. The frog kicks with his leg, and he jumps as high as a tree and runs away into the mountains. People form teams to chase after him. They find this marsh, and they see a lot of small toads that has this really slimy substance on their back. Okay, and then they put all these slimes into a big bucket and then put the spice that he trades for the oil into it. Yeah, essentially, they discover how he makes the oil. It's slimes from the back of toads mixed with the spice that he trades for, and it comes out looking like perfectly clear oil. And no one's interested in chasing after him anymore as they, take a bow next to them and start throwing up, thinking that they all have consumed a lot of the toad slime. I guess just a funny little boss here. Wasn't too difficult, but gave us a moveset. Feel like we're lost again, and we're approaching something that I'm not sure I want to approach. I do want to go back and fight that courtyard, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Guangmo. That's a skeleton of a snake that's going to form when we jump down. Played enough games to know that. Unless, is this the beginning? Now I'm not so sure. Right, that looking this way looks like that's where we came in the very beginning and we fought a bunch of snakes. Nope. Unless they revive off like this. Nope, that's definitely not the beginning, because I don't think we saw this. But this must be close to that beginning area, because it was this giant bamboo forest. You have to wait till they form to hit them. Alright, form. Feels like a ritual, right? They're like surrounding the center, and there's so many of them. We see another one here. And another one. And you can see two more over there. Did we come from here? Same two statues. Oh, no, we're getting dragged in. This is Guangmo.
若是今日死在你手，帮我带句话给师傅。 肉眼凡夫，求而不得，神仙苦，半荣半枯，几人之事，长生。
Oh, he's a poison one. He's asking us that if we kill him, that we tell his master, which I guess would be Jinshi, that the search for immortality is not the way. We need extra health from this. Ooh, he has wind? And I don't want to be poisoned. I don't mind wasting the health of our transformation as long as we get the burn on him, which we do. I want to heal. He uses like wind. Ooh, grass. He likes to keep his distance. Wait, he's summoning something. Snakes. Oh, not cool, not cool, not cool. That just killed us. At least we get to go back to a shrine, although we just kind of accidentally bump into him. Alright, if he's gonna do the crazy snake summon near death, we should save our transformation until the end so that he can help us tank it up with his health. We bumped into him. We have his story. Oh, we don't have his story until we beat him. But it seems like he has realized that the path, or the, desire to seek immortality is not the way. Obviously, his master is fascinated with that idea, living to 270. If we get the parry off, we do extra damage if we have a lot of stacks stacked up. Which I'm not sure is the way to do this. Extra percentage health when we do a heavy. I actually think this is the way. Or actually storing up nodes is a little bit faster. That also helps. Either we dodge well or we get more. I'm gonna get this. Make each hit matter a little bit more. I do get back to the shrine that I was looking for, but I think there might have been other shrines that we missed along the way. Didn't see any glow marks, because this is kind of far from the snake area. Well, we just whipped that. Based on their speech of like another monkey is here, we're probably not the first destined one. I wish that landed. That would have healed us. He died too fast. Wait, I want to... If I can charge... I can't. If I charge like this, I would have to use it. We have to just get it off of him. No, no, no. Can't dash past his body. Has been lined up for the will to respawn? Okay. Alright, this is us arriving. We didn't pray here. We didn't activate this. This is the shrine that's closer. Sure, we'll pray here. Do I want to waste... I guess since we're not going to use it, I'm not going to level it up. Let's go get our... to avenge our death, if we can find him. So the gourd guy is also gone. They have a lot of health. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to fall down. Different one. Out of stamina. And poison just by staying near him or something? Is this the one that I fought halfway? Yep. So he came down this way. Must mean this path is connected to where we fell. Well, this is the courtyard I didn't want to get in earlier. Ah, there's just a couple of skeleton snakes. By a couple, we mean 3. Just want to find that bridge to know where we fell off. Looks like right here. And then we arrive over here. Oh, that's... I didn't expect that to happen. Oh, that's where we fell off the bridge. Okay, so... where does this lead? Oh, back to that forest. Let's see if we can find Guamo again. We'll kill these slowly. Which way did we go to accidentally bump into him? That's the question. Is it here? I think it's here. Yep, our buddy's waiting for us. I think we're ready to go. We can charge one first. Oh, he dodges it. Our 3 nodes. Should have done this to him to use our node. he's summoning. I don't know if I can kill those things. I might just have to outlast that. We don't get to burn him. Ow. It's just grass. Oh no! He's doing it again! You can tell your master yourself. He's saying that we're kind of obsessed over material things. Guangmo Guangzhi. This is the soil deity making a comment. He remembers. He's telling us the story of the original novel, that they're the two who encouraged their master to try to burn us alive to steal the cloak. So he thought they died with the fire. Even the original novel didn't say that, and it turns out not only did they not die, they're a snake and a wolf monster. We also get to learn a move from him. Let's see what he does. Summons out a poisonous snake. Oh, is the sun move that he did against us with a bunch of little snakes on the ground. Shoots poison and then the snake goes away afterwards. We will increase our poison damage and our poison resistance. Okay, good, I guess, if we're fighting against like a poison enemy. But let's see how they kind of explain the fact that he is somehow a snake monster. I mean, the fact that they explained that he was Guangzhi was always like a wolf monster who wanted to be human, thus transform, and because the black bear boss was friends with the abbot, he was able to sneak in there and kind of live out his life as a human. Let's see if they're going to take a similar approach here. Oh, they said first sentence, different. When he was young, his wish was not to be a human, but to become a very famous monster boss. But unfortunately, he didn't get his wish. Okay, so because the original wolf monster, the Ling Xuzi from the Journey to the West, sent Guangzhi to the abbey to become a monk because Guangzhi wanted to, be a human. The white snake monster, right? The three friends, the snake, the wolf, and the bear. It's basically the boss of all the snakes. He became very worried. He thought that this was a plot by the wolf master to become better friends with the black bear. So he commanded one of his snakes, Guangmo, to also transform and go become a monk. He just wanted to do the same thing in case he was being left out. And before he left to go be a monk, his master, the white snake, warns him, don't fall behind, especially Guangzhi. If he tries really hard, you tried really hard, you must be better than him, right? That's kind of the goal. He doesn't want to be left behind, so he wants his, subordinate to go there and be the better one. But it turns out the abbot doesn't like him as much as Guangzhi. Even if he learns faster, practice is harder. Doesn't matter, just doesn't like him as much. And Guangmo believes this is not his fault. And it's only because his master, the snake master, wants to copy what the wolf is doing that he is, stuck here. No one likes him, and he doesn't get to live out his dream. And he can only comfort himself by saying that one day he's going to go back and become a monster again. So he doesn't really care about the suffering he goes through now. As he remembers those years, he remembers the old monk, his master, teaches him, things you do it to taiju. It's like you don't leave any mercy. Right? You take the cruelest path. And not everything needs to be done so cruelly, I guess. You know, give someone a chance to turn things around. Leave a little mercy, leave a little leniency in things you do. And that day when they saw the cloak, right? The old monk wanted it, and the old monk forgot he said this. He's crying all night looking at the cloak, and that's why he gave the suggestion, you know, we gotta kill them. And then when we killed them, when Guangzhi said it, Guangmo is mad, right? Because he's told to always do better, right? So when Guangzhi said, let's just kill them with a sword, he's like, no, we can do better. So he comes up with the upgraded version, right? Because he noticed when the two guests, Wukong and the Tang monk, was drinking tea with their abbot, he can see from the monkey's eye that he is also a cruel creature who will definitely avenge any wrongdoings against him. Ah. Right. Anyways, but basically he's trying to outdo Guangzhi's plan of just killing them by saying, let's burn them. Unfortunately, after giving the plan... Oh, not unfortunately. After giving the plan, he knows this night is going to be one filled with, like, perhaps disaster. So he became a gust of wind and hit back in the bamboo forest. And, of course, that night, the Tang monk didn't get burned to death, and their abbey actually got burned to dust. Yeah, he's the small character who plays a big role in, you know, a bigger plot, and just because of his one little suggestion, things change. Perhaps he's just someone's blade used to do some dirty work. But we now know why he was sent. So both Guangzhi and Guangmo were monsters to begin with, subordinates of the bigger wolf boss and the snake boss, and because the little wolf wanted to be human and they did him a favor to do so, the snake boss thought, you know, this is all a plot and I must not get left behind. Now there should be a bell for us to ring as well. Let's see if we can find it. I think we found it. Just want to see if there's anything else to be found. It's also interesting, even though he's the one who came up with the fire plot, he like didn't care about it. Whereas Guangzhi, after the fire, and I guess because the abbot liked him and he liked living as a human, but everything burned away, he got PTSD about fire that he became, you know, the red tide version. All things considered, from all the stories we read, Guangzhi is quite kind. Wants to be a human, wants to be a monk. So deity has a bad feeling about this. He feels like that sounds like the Wukong voice acting. Anyways, he's saying that after we rung both of the bells, the I guess the vengeful spirit from the mountain feels denser, right? Because we're summoning the past with these bells. Once we get 3, we get to go back. We're not done with that stretch of bamboo forest over there, but I'm pretty sure we can get back there. So let's see where this leads us. A new shrine. Oh, not only that, after Guangzhi became a monster again, he's the drill master, and he's the one who tried to keep peace when their reincarnated boss disappeared and they gave him like the refugee wolf pack. And his original pack, the native pack, got picked on, and he's the one who kind of brokered peace and defended them during that assembly where they were trying to kill everyone. That might be the only set here. Anyhow, we're going to end our episode here. We beat a couple more elites. We haven't found the 5 bosses yet. If we think about it, the final boss, the black wind monster, will be 1. The snake would be 1, right? Because the wolf is 1. So that's 3. Jin Chi probably is also 1. Right? The one, if we go back in time. And then if we go back in time, we probably fight the original black bear, the one before he received Pusa's cultivation and enlightenment. So that might be the 5. And there's 2 little monsters we haven't met either. I'm guessing there might be another herb just by the placement. And there might be another wolf. Oh, maybe this is a snake. There's only been 2 snakes. There's probably a 3rd snake. But here, this is like the little frog. This is a wolf guard. Might be another wolf right in here. We'll see. Yeah, these are a little bit all over the place. Little frog, the raven, the bandit, and the bone snake. But we have almost all the codex, and we'll come back here and try to wrap up stage 1 next time. Might take us a little bit longer depending on how successful we are with the boss fight. So far it's been going alright. I think we probably could have killed Guangmo the first time if I knew that little snake poison thing was going to be that aggressive. But either way, so far so good, and we'll see you guys then. Bye!